Oracle here. Great news. All your good work has made a difference. You are invited to the Watchtower. The Justice League officially invites you up to our satellite HQ. Get to the nearest teleporter, and I'll show you around.
Hello everybody, and welcome back to DC Universe Online with me and Nik Nova. And last time, we did the Hive mission, and now we've leveled up to level 9, and as usual, we're doing a Watchtower thing. It's kind of become a staple of the Let's Plays, mostly so that I can just kind of jibber jabber for a little while and do stuff at the same time. So yeah, today, well, not today, but a couple days ago, something super amazing happened. It's not the Flash, even though that was pretty amazing, but it's not the Flash. No, I'm talking about Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice. The trailer has come out. Let's quickly hear Oracles.
This is it, the Watchtower. We've retrofitted it a bit for all you new heroes. The Green Lantern John Stewart drew up the plans. He's an architect. Just follow your mini-map and activate the consoles. I'll tell you about the place.
Let's see. Frankly, Oracle, I don't want to hear you right now. Yeah, so I kind of wanted to talk about that because, and if you guys haven't seen it, just go YouTube the Batman v Superman trailer. That's all you need to look at, really. But, okay. Number one off, I kind of want to talk about it and do like kind of a breakdown. I know you guys aren't going to see anything on the screen, really. I might throw some images in post-production just for emphasis, but I know like Angry Joe, he did his like impressions video like he usually does when there's a trailer for a movie or something, and okay, so I watched it's kind of hard to explain, okay? It's kind of hard for me to explain my feelings towards it, but I watched his review of it, and I don't know if I exactly agree with how outraged he was with it. I'm just going to say that up front, because I have always kind of not really been on board with the whole Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice movie. I don't think it was a good idea to pretty much skip any other movies of Superman or any reboots of Batman or, any of the movies of any of the other characters they're going to bring in. They're waiting post, like, Justice League, which is the complete opposite with that Marvel is. And you know that Warner Brothers is trying to mimic Marvel in their quest for dominance. Oh yeah, I have to go down and look at the vendors and jazz. So going into this already is kind of a rough situation. I've never really been the biggest supporter because I just don't like the route that the Warner Brothers, DC movies have gone in. They've gone from being sort of fun and sort of I don't want to, I guess campy, but campy always reminds me of the 1950s Batman, and I don't know if that's exactly where it was, but it was more fun. There was a little bit more of like goofiness to it, and now it's very serious. It's very dark, and that's Christopher Nolan's doing, because he made, Batman so realistic and so gritty, and so DC and Warner Brothers, they're like, we have to go on this train. This is our new route that we're going to take, is gritty, dangerous, realistic. That's how we're going about all this stuff now. Oh my god, the hiccups are happening again. I always get hiccups. I have no idea why. It just always happens. It's annoying. I gotta figure out why I do that. Anyway, Um, the trailer though. Okay, so there was the teaser trailer that came out a little while ago, and I gotta be honest, I still didn't like it. I really, really don't care for Jesse Eisenberg. I gotta be totally honest. Henry Cavill, he's a fantastic Superman, and he's already shown his prowess as a good Superman. And the movie and Man of Steel was a fantastic movie, despite people being like, there was so much violence and destruction. Oh, and Superman killed a man. Superman kills a lot of people. Superman at his full power would kill everyone. I just want to make that clear. Superman is so powerful from what he's been created in the comics that he could just obliterate all of us instantaneously if he wanted to. That's the truth of the matter. Superman is that powerful, and it's crazy when you think that there are villains in the world that can beat him. And that's kind of where I'm on the side of the new trailer. The new trailer I greatly more enjoyed than the teaser trailer. And I know a lot of people are going to probably disagree with me, but listen, put your opinion in the comment section. I would like to read it, but don't yell at me for my opinion of the trailer. I'm just going to say that. We're on the same side here, you know? I'm a big old nerd. You guys are nerds. We're all nerds, and we love the DC universe, okay? So we're all on the same side. We just have different opinions on things. So, where was I? I'm talking about Superman and the teaser trailer, and but yeah, I'm a little bit more on board with the new trailer. And I think one of the reasons I am on board with the new trailer is because I'm so wary of the movie because, like I said, they really didn't follow the guideline that Marvel created. Marvel has been working on their whole thing for a long while now. So much so that they have multiple phases that they talk about regularly for the movies. And so it seems so reckless for DC to just go in and, go in balls out. But of course, they need to, because Marvel has thrown their big old gauntlet into the ring, metaphorically, and shown what they've got. And people enjoyed it. And DC's got to try to make people like them, too. But at the same time, if DC screws up, that could inadvertently hurt Marvel. Not that I'm the biggest Marvel fan in the world, but their movies are pretty damn good. So, I gotta admit, when I'm on one bias or not, their movies are pretty damn good, even if their comics aren't really my style. But it just, this whole thing seems really rough. And that's why I'm really wary of it. But I'm also very supportive of it, because if they do screw up, like I said, they could inadvertently ruin comic book movies as is. I know that's a huge statement, but think about it. If everyone, because the regular, I'm not saying people aren't smart enough to figure out one company's another or anything like that, but a lot of people aren't familiar with comic book lore and all that jazz. They're not up to date on all the characters. They're not. Ooh, I wonder if I can upgrade real quick. Traits. Yeah. Oh yeah, there we go. I got my super speed. All right, cool. I'm going very slow on skill points when it comes to Nik, which is really bad. Anyway, a lot of people, just the general public, aren't as familiar with comic books as you or I am. And if they were to screw up this, it could inadvertently deter the general public from wanting to see more Marvel movies, which would diminish what comic book movies are. If that makes sense. trying to think of a parallel to it. So fast food. Kind of a jump there. Fast food. When you think of fast food, you think of every place there is. And then at the same time, you think of all the different places that have made great food and you enjoyed it. But then things got a little bit more streamlined through certain companies, and that kind of ruined the taste for everything. All fast food seems like it's kind of just going to be mediocre, when sometimes it could be really, really good. And, you know, smaller joints, even though they are fast food, their image is still diminished by the bigger companies having caused all these reckless endangerment to their brand, basically, you know? It's kind of a rough thing to analyze when I'm not the biggest knower, or I'm not super knowledgeable on, like, fast food or anything. Who is, really? Anyway, but yeah, that's my point. So that's why I'm on board with it. And this trailer made me on board, purely because I do really enjoy the what's the right way to describe it? I'm trying to think of the right word, really. The interaction between Bruce Wayne, which is Ben Affleck, and Henry Cavill's Superman. I like their interaction with each other in the trailer. I know it's not a big indication of what it will be or how they'll talk to each other, but we've heard a lot of them talking to each other. I really wasn't a big fan of Ben Affleck when it first happened. And that's just because I didn't really see, you know, it's a similar situation with Heath Ledger. When he first was announced as the Joker, I wasn't really on board with him, because I know Heath Ledger. Well, not personally, of course not, but I know his style of acting and stuff from his previous movies, and he was a little bit more of like the teen heartthrob, and a little bit more dim-witted in A Knight's Tale, and that really didn't strike me as being Joker-esque. But when the first images came out and the first teaser trailer, you know, the first clips, I immediately became on board with him, because he immediately showed me that he had the chops to do it. And I appreciate that. You know, I appreciate when an actor proves me wrong about them. When they prove me right, I will pretty much just stay in my same spot, which is kind of where I am with Jesse Eisenberg. Jesse Eisenberg's Lex Luthor is not what I want out of Lex Luthor. I gotta be honest. Lex Luthor to me is the comic book, the Justice League animated series Luthor. You know, the Luthor that's in this game. He's tough, he's strong, he's fit, he's smart as hell, smarter than most people in comic book history, and the only thing that they're focusing on is him being smart and him being snidey. And that's not really Lex Luthor. Even though he does do that, he does it because he can. And I don't think Jesse Eisenberg's Luthor shows that he can act that way, based on his appearance and, you know, what I've heard is his backstory. There's even rumors that he's not even Lex Luthor, that he's Lex Luthor's son. And it's just so confusing. It's like a spoiled brat version of Lex Luthor. So that's my biggest problem. But at the same time, from the new trailer, if you've seen it, at the very beginning, Clark Kent and Bruce Wayne, they're having a little discussion on Vigilante in the news. Clark is not really pro-Batman, as it were. And he doesn't appreciate Batman's style of heroism, I guess, you know. He thinks that he's more like punishing people. He's invading their civil rights as people. And, you know, that's the Boy Scout, and I really like that. That's very cool because it does kind of show the difference between Batman and Superman. Superman, even though he has to fight the fights he does, I think his morals lie very much in the in more of like an honest manner, even more almost a naive manner. You know, he's he looks at people and he tries to see the best in them, even when he can't, I think. So he tries to give people the benefit of the doubt. And I really appreciate that they put that kind of the spin on him, you know, the way he is in the comic books. He is the Boy Scout, you know. He has morals and he lives up to those morals the best he can. And Bruce Wayne, which is why I'm now on board with Ben Affleck. I do actually think Ben Affleck can do a great job as Batman. And, you know, honestly, I really shouldn't have doubted him. He does have very good chops. He's a very good actor in a general sense. He's not as good as some people, but he's still pretty good. So I'm on board with him because what I've seen in the trailer, he does strike me as Batman, an older Batman who's kind of tired of all this, you know, tired of arguing with people about if he's right or if he's wrong. Kind of like how I've designed SJ. SJ is not, he's not the one who wants to listen to what you have to say. He's the one who's going to make the decision and make his point aware to everyone, regardless of how they feel. He does not care. So, yeah, I do really actually like him, and I like their dynamic between Superman and Batman. And I don't know with the trailer, because people are getting outraged in the comment sections and things like that, saying, oh, we know all the plot of the movie. And it's like, I am so confused about the trailer in certain parts. And I'll go through that with you guys here. But there's certain parts of the trailer that I'm just like, what? Why? What is this? Why? What? How does this make sense? And so, once you get past Jesse Eisenberg, oh, and I wanted to quickly mention, I feel, okay, you know, Jesse Eisenberg, he's not familiar with comic books. He's not a comic book reader. So all of this is, ooh, God, I had mech stuff and turbine jets. I don't think it'll really work, but, you know, it's worth looking at. You could give him tech hands. Ooh, that might be cool. Or wait, no, he has a... What does the axe look like? I'll take the axe. We'll see what that looks like. Need these things. Okay, so Jesse Eisenberg, a lot of what he was saying about the way he's portraying Lex Luthor, I don't think he's being totally honest. The reason I think that is because he reminds me so much of Gene Hackman's Lex Luthor from the original movies. And yeah, it feels like he's taking a lot of inspiration from that. Like that's what he's basing his style off of. And that's the only reason I want to actually see him, is because, it's not bad. It's not great, but it's not bad. And also there's another reason I'm kind of on his, kind of okay with it. I'm not totally okay with it because, like I said, I just don't like Jesse Eisenberg. I don't think he's a good actor. He always plays himself. And, you know, some roles, that's perfect, being yourself. But a lot of his roles, it's just the same annoying, bratty asshole. And I don't want to see that. What kind of lair would he have? He would probably have an industrial lair, I think. Maybe a bunker, but... bunker or industrial? Actually, let's go bunker. Bunker might work better. Bunker seems like it might work better for him. Yeah, I just don't really care for Jesse's style of acting. It's not good. He doesn't really emote the way I want him to. But beyond that, the trailer goes in and it's kind of showing off how Superman and Batman are supposedly going to battle, and it's so vague. Like, the thing is, the movie's always been Batman v Superman. And, you know, that's the idea everyone gets. They're like, okay, it's Batman versus Superman. And that's what the movie's going to be about. But the trailers are so vague and so weird. You see this conflict, but you don't understand the conflict. And that's the biggest thing that intrigues me about it and annoys me when people say, oh, I know the whole story now. Oh, the movie's ruined for me. The movie was ruined for you in the first place. If it wasn't going to be, and this is sort of a spoiler for what I was going to talk about, Doomsday, it was going to be just Batman and Superman beating the crap out of each other, and Lex Luthor doing some sort of Lex Luthor-y thing. I mean, every trailer ruins the movie. Technically, I mean, the whole point of going and seeing a movie is seeing all the stuff you are interested in. That's what the trailer's supposed to do. It's supposed to get you interested in these scenes. It is also supposed to tell you what the movie is about. Because if the trailer doesn't tell you what the movie's about and what's going to happen in the movie, then you have no idea what you're going to go see, and it could be just total trash. They could show you like 2 scenes that looked amazing, and then the rest of it is shot with like a home video camera. So, yeah, I mean, when people say that they know what the movie's about, you don't know what the movie's about. You might think you know, but you don't. So knowledgeable, Josh. So dominant about it. Yes, I just don't care for that mindset. It's very close-minded and not looking at a bigger picture of possibilities. You know, you're locking yourself off to one idea. Anyway, it goes in and it starts showing, you know, what we've seen so far, basically, but extending it out. And it's involving Lex Luthor more. You're getting to see a little bit more of the city, of the people, of what the world's gone through since Man of Steel. And it's building up a lot of this tension about Batman and Superman. Now, if you watch Gotham, or even if you just Google it online, there's a quick scene, and it's involving this weird sand deserty scene with the coolest Batman outfit I've ever seen. It's like a mix of like desert Batman and steampunk Batman, and I love it. It looks so cool. I really hope it's a real thing, because that's awesome. I love that. No. Gosh darn it. Wait, I was still in it. Darn it. What are you gonna do? Want to use this? Thank you. All right. The quick little video they did, or the clip they showed, was Superman coming down the hall like we've already seen. He's coming down a hall with these soldiers that have the Superman symbol like embroidered on their jackets. And everyone's been so confused about this. Like, what is it? Like, what are they? What is this scene? Because this isn't Superman. And Joe had a great theory that this is pre-Bizarro Superman. And I would really like that in all, but ooh, I need to go to Metropolis and look at this place. Because that's one thing I like to do, is I like to go look at the location. Because if it's a crappy location, then I'm stuck with a crappy location for a little while, and I don't like crappy locations. I want it to be cool. It showed this scene with Superman coming down a hole, and Batman's there. He's tied up in his like desert outfit, and there's some other guys hung up. And Clark, Superman, just looks so angry. Like, I've never seen him this angry before. And the problem with the clip, as cool as it is there's zero context to it. We have no idea what this is. And there's sites that are claiming that it's a dream sequence, that that this isn't real, that it's some sort of, and these are all just theories, of course, but it's these strange ideas about what the trailer or what that clip is and what these desert scenes are. And so I'm not totally sure what it is. I would love it to be Bizarro, because that would be just so cool to see them go the route of Bizarro. But somehow I don't think it is. Somehow I think it's going to be sort of an Injustice style scene or something. Or if it is a vision or a dream or something, perhaps it's like a warning. My theory about it is if it is just a vision, it's a vision that Wonder Woman has for them. And if she doesn't do something, she's got to go up, and get the team together, then this is going to happen, and Superman and Batman are going to be enemies. Superman's going to become like a warmonger, and that's not cool. That's not cool at all. I really want it to be around S.T.A.R Labs. That makes sense, this base. Where the heck? Go up and go real fast up the side of the building now that I have super speed and flight, sort of. It's like wannabe flight. Ooh, God, I forgot. I can't just stand on the side of a building. Where is S.T.A.R Labs? I think it's over. I think it's over there. Ooh, I gotta be careful where I go. Ooh, I'm not high enough level. So yeah, that's kind of my theory. That sort of makes sense. I think that would be really cool if that's what it is. If it's some sort of premonition of what could happen. Oh no, this is Chinatown. Darn it. Where is the park? Where is it? Where are you, park? Oh, it's all the way up here. Okay. That's S.T.A.R Lab, which is the weird looking building. Alright. Let's go in here. Sorry, I get sort of distracted when I talk, as you guys already know. Oh, perfect! Ooh, I want to see that. I want to see it so bad. Alright. So that I think that would be really cool. But this video, this clip, and the reason I'm totally not sure of what it is or how it works in this world is because, to me, the trailer says that they both understand who each other are. From the very get-go. They know, or they at least have an idea of who Superman is, and Superman knows who Batman is, most likely. Well, sort of. Or at least this is where they start learning about each other. But in the in the little clip, Superman walks up to Batman, and he's just furious. He's like, I'm so angry all the time. Now, Bizarro love Batman. That kind of thing. Oh god, that hurt my throat. But yeah, he's just so angry, and he rips Batman's mask off, and he holds it out and looks at the mask, and then he looks back at Batman. That doesn't feel right to me. Like, Superman has X-ray vision. He knows who Batman is, regardless of what you think. Like, the second he looks at Batman, he's like, oh, you're Bruce Wayne. All right, well, that explains a whole lot. That's just how it is. There's no, like, secret to it. And Batman is smart enough to figure out who Superman is because he's the master detective. He already knows who he is and, figures it out. Where is this darn thing? That's that. I'm guessing it's up there. Gotta be. Can't be down here. Wouldn't make any sense. Just wouldn't make any sense. Now would it? So yeah, that scene doesn't make sense to me. And that's why it has like zero context to it. Because if you were imagining that it was something out of a dream sequence, then they would already know who they are. And if it were, where is this door? What the hell? There's no door here. Is it on this side? Oh. door here? Yo, guys, you forgot to put the door here. There's no door. Is it that? Are they saying this is like a shutter or something? Oh boy. Well, I would like it to be near S.T.A.R Labs. Wonder if there's any other locations around here. This is very much S.T.A.R Labs, if it is, here. Let's see. Bunker, zoom in here. I think these ones are on a building nearby. Let's look at those real quick. So yeah, the scene has no context. It doesn't mean anything to me, but it's curious because it doesn't make sense. That's why. And really, a lot of this doesn't make sense. Batman's smart enough to figure out that Superman's the good guy, and Superman's smart enough, I think, to figure out that Batman's also the good guy, and that this whole fight would be stupid. Batman's smart enough to know that. Oh no, wait. So it would be on this side instead? Oh, I don't want them sharing the same building. That's just ridiculous. No, we're going back to S.T.A.R Labs. All right, cool. So yeah, it just doesn't make any sense to me. So this whole desert scene, and also in the desert scene, which also is very mind-boggling, but there's clearly a scene where they show parademons. At first I was like, oh no, it's probably like the bug people. But that still doesn't make any sense. That's still in that same universe. That there's parademons and there's bug people. But they're clearly parademons. I can't imagine what else they are. If you guys have another idea, please put it in the comment section, because I just don't know what it could be. And Joe totally skipped over that. I really wish he hadn't, because that's a huge thing. The fact that this desert sequence involves parademons and Batman and an evil Superman, it's so mind-boggling that all this is put together, and I have no understanding of what any of it, or how any of it works together. It's all very strange and unusual. But then later in the trailer, it starts showing, it goes through the whole, I have to stop him. And Alfred's like, you're going to take on the strongest man in the world. He is not an enemy. He's our friend. And so on and so poop and stuff. And Alfred's probably the smartest person in this whole thing. I don't have son of a bee. Well, what the hell? That's not cool. So yeah, it goes through this whole thing, and then it shows Lex talking to Lois Lane, and she's calling him insane. And I agree, of course, that he's totally bonkers. He's always bonkers. Lex has always been bonkers. He doesn't understand what's going on. Let's look at that one. That one might be interesting. I think it's over by Zen's place, which I don't like. They're so close together. I might have to look at the industrial stuff to see what those ones look like. And then it gets to a scene, and it shows Zod's body. And this is the interesting part, because it shows the mind of Lex. And he's talking about how, if God can't, or if man can't kill God, the devil will. And then it cuts, and you hear Doomsday. And then Doomsday comes. And this is when Joe lost his mind. But I, on the other hand, was like, oh, okay, so everyone was right. It is a Zod, Superman, Doomsday movie type thing. I don't like this spot at all. Wow, dildo arguing with you again. Aguia, lol, JK, air humping. What are they talking about? So yeah. This is the part that's kind of cool, because whatever machine that Lex is using, he's also using one of the pods from one of the harvester ships or whatever that had Kryptonians in it. And he's creating Doomsday basically through Kryptonian DNA, which is a huge long jump from where Doomsday actually came from. If you know Doomsday's lore, then you know that that's not really how it happened. He was born on Krypton and he grew up partially on Krypton and then left and killed his creator or, you know, his like mentor, I guess. And then went on a rampage through space and time. And eventually landed on Earth, and that's where it comes into this, which sort of works, is this is probably like a Death of Superman type story, which is going to be, it's going to be weird. Because at first they're like, oh, it's Frank Miller's Batman vs. Superman, and then now it's something totally different. It's Death of Superman. And so that it's all just so weird to me. There's so much of the story missing that when people are like, oh, we already know the story. But you don't. You have no idea. You have no idea what this is about. Neither do I. Neither of us have any idea. Sorry, I'm just... When people say that, it just drives me nuts. I'm gonna look at industrial, because I don't like these locations. Wow, and there's nothing around here. I guess I gotta look over here. I really don't like these spots. Spots suck. Sucky spots. They're just a bunch of sucky spots, aren't they? Ooh, I guess it could be over here by this. Or I could be over by the old S.T.A.R Labs, which is over here. That might be interesting. Take a look over there. I still have a lot to talk about, folks. So, strap in! Alright, so Lex somehow figured out how to manipulate DNA. And that's also where the whole idea of this could be a Bizarro Superman, because for all we know, Lex has cloning ability, or, you know, he could use Superman's DNA, or get a bit of it, and then create another Superman, and then just, you know, make people distrust Superman. And so I'm kind of down with that idea if that's true. And the machine he uses is very strange. I don't know if it's like ripped off the Kryptonian ships and that's how they would have been born, or if it's something he created, or if it's something he got from Apocalypse. Ooh, wouldn't that be interesting if he had Apocalyptian... Wow, what is the point of this tube? Absolutely nothing. Excuse me! I am talking about Superman and Batman in battle. Do not bother me. Alright. So yeah, it's this weird scene where Lex creates this Doomsday-esque creature. And it might even not be Doomsday, because in the comics, Doomsday has been replicated several times. And several times we have thought it was Doomsday, but it wasn't Doomsday. It was a clone of Doomsday. So this might just be, you know, using that DNA that's subdued inside Kryptonians and creating some sort of creature from it, you know. And later on we'll get the official Doomsday that looks a lot more aggressive and angry and pissed off and actually causes some serious destruction and kills Superman. This might be a lead up to that, or, you know, whatever. But the whole Parademons thing, that's my biggest confusion and my biggest interest in the trailer. And the reason I think I like it so much is because they're hinting at something that will not happen for a while, or may never happen, for all we know. But it's cool, and I like that, and I kind of like this spot, because the spot's kind of cool. And it's like right out front, I think. Is it? No, this isn't the villain's place. The villain's place is somewhere else around here. You look for the building with the thingy on it. Where's the thingy with the building and the barrel? Can kind of like this spot. It's not too bad. Whee! Ah, there it is. That's the villain hideout over there. I think. Anyway, doesn't matter. So yeah, I'm very interested in the whole dark side thing because that's very clear that that's where they're going with it is dark side. And I'm happy about that because Thanos, you know, I like I said, I like the Marvel movies, but Thanos is just a rip-off Darkseid, and Darkseid would wreck him. Even though he's got the gauntlet. Darkseid will just, as soon as Thanos is like, I will use my gauntlet, Darkseid will just use his Omega beams and blow him up. And then now Darkseid has the gauntlet. And now he destroys the universe. Actually, Darkseid has better plans. He likes to absorb, places and create worlds that he rules. He wants to be a ruler. He doesn't want to destroy everything. That's stupid. If you destroy everything, you don't have anything to rule. Ooh, that's closer to the old S.T.A.R Labs building. No idea. I'm totally lost right now. Especially in my brain. My brain's all over the place. Where it usually is. I think this is the old S.T.A.R Labs building right here. Isn't it? No. Where's the old S.T.A.R Labs building? Old S.T.A.R Labs, where are you? I'm looking for you. No. No, it's not here. Oh dear, where is it? Is it that building? Is this the building? I think this is the old S.T.A.R Labs building. Perhaps. Or perhaps not. God, where is it? Do I have anything that tells me? Rod's lair. Or maybe it's over here. Ah, poop. Where is it? It's got to be over here. But we'll take this location over here. Where is this location? It's kind of closer to over here, and I kind of like this area more. Over by the beach and stuff. So it's on the side. Actually, I don't really like this place either. Why does everything suck? Oh, this is gotta be interesting. That's why I'm keeping it alive with chitter chatter about the Batman vs Superman trailer. Doomsday, I don't like his look. I'm just gonna say, it doesn't look like Doomsday to me. He looks doofy. It should have been more spiky and more angry. But to be honest, he's very new. He was just born. So, I mean, it kind of makes sense that he just doesn't look very good. He's not very bright. He's not created fully. But at the same time, it's kind of like, I wanted to be more. I want more. I need it in my life. Oh, the hiccups. Look at this place. I have no idea what it is. Some sort of building. Unfortunately, Metropolis is not the best place to just find, like, a garage or something. Okay, so this is this place here. Okay. I think we'll take this place. This place is not too bad. It's more of like a small building-esque thing. Seems a little bit less just, whatever. Here's this place. Oh, it's by the fire department. Perfect! Perfect! Oh, and Groz layers right there. That seems a little weird. To be... well, whatever. Don't matter. Don't matter that much. He says as he spent the entire time trying to figure out where a freaking base is that he can use. Alright, let's use this and... industrial? I think it's industrial. Yeah, it is. Yes! Enter my base now! Alright. The whole Doomsday thing, it's so hard to understand exactly what's going on. But the coolest part of it, and something that probably a lot of people missed, is the fact that you see Lex and you see quote unquote Superman, or it might possibly be a clone of Superman. But they're standing on this very specific building, and it's probably LexCorp. And that's where Lex creates Doomsday. But it explodes. And I don't know if it's because of Doomsday's eye lasers that he has now, which are also very reminiscent of like Darkseid or just Kryptonians in general. But it explodes. Now, a lot of people had an idea that perhaps because Jesse Eisenberg's Lex has hair and, he's young and small right now. Perhaps he gets cancer due to exposure to kryptonite. And that might still happen. But I think the picture that we saw where he's bald, and I think it was an official picture. I'll put it up. And the official picture, he looks like he's beaten up. He looks like he was hurt really bad. And that could possibly be from being blown up in an explosion because he created a giant monster that he can't control. But yeah, that would be really cool if that's how it is, that he tried to create Doomsday. Doomsday exploded everything and now he's damaged because of it. And because it's his battle with Superman, he blames Superman for his injuries. And that's how he goes on his whole I hate Superman forever kick. It's why can't, oh, there it is. For whatever reason, it won't let me turn it, which is dumb. Why won't you turn? The hell? The balls? Huh. Very weird. Why doesn't it turn? Turn, please. Oh, there we go. All right, there we go. I don't know why it didn't want to turn, but it didn't want to turn. All right, there we go. Whee! Maybe it's because I got so used to the Fallout way of doing things. Oh, that looks pretty good right there. So that's my theory about the whole thing, is that he gets blown up in this explosion where LexCorp is demolished. And, he's rushed to the hospital or whatever. They save his life. But now he's possibly crippled. He might have brain damage. And they might blame Superman for this. This could even happen right at the beginning of everything. And that's why Batman goes after Superman, is because this whole thing happens. I doubt that's what happens, but it could possibly happen that way. But again, like I said, I doubt that happens that way. But yeah, so that's my theory about the whole Lex becoming bald, is that he's been hurt, severely hurt. Possibly to the point of like death, I think that would be pretty cool. All in all, that. And I think that's another reason I'm pro trailer. Compared to other people who are anti-trailer. Your armory! My armory! I'm not using the snow. It's going to somebody else. It's probably going to go to Frostbreaker. Please, let me use console. Thank you. I can't figure things out anymore. My brain's all mashed up from Fallout. I always put it there. I should put it somewhere else. I should put it in the basement. Yeah. With a row of them over here. Then I can add like Batman stuff. Oh. Yeah, if you guys haven't heard or seen, they added like a Batman pack to the game that you can buy off the marketplace, where you get all the Batman computers, which I'm so happy about. It's like they listened to me. Like, for so long I bitched and moaned about not having tech stuff. And I wanted a big old computer. Everybody wants the computer. And for so long I complained about not having fragile bookcases. And I put bookcases in. And a whole bunch of other stuff that's like book related. Oh my God. It's like they listen to me and they're like, you know what? He's right. They should put these in. I'm like, thank you. All right. Back to the whole discussion about the trailer and everything. At the end, Doomsday blows something up. He attacks. Batman does the thing that I love, which I made SJ do when he sees the enemy. And he's like, well, I'm in a really shitty position right now. And that is, he's like, ah, shit. And then gets blown up. And I'm like, yay! It's like SJ in the movie, finally. Yeah. And then it shows them and Wonder Woman, her shield's all glowing and burnt and stuff. And Superman and Batman are there and they look at each other and Superman's like, is she with you? And he's like, I thought she was with you. And it's apparent that my friend Keegan, who I talk to on Twitter and stuff, if you guys seen, and he might help me with some stuff in the future. He's like, I think he uses a voice thing. And I'm like, nah, he doesn't. But then I watched it again and I'm like, yeah, he actually does. He does use a voice changer, kind of like Oliver does in Arrow. But maybe not to that degree, but it's just slightly to alter his voice so people can't like take his voice and then be like, all right, well, whose voice is this? Oh, it's Bruce Wayne's. Well, fantastic. We know who he is. So yeah, I love that part. And it's just this kind of funny thing. And that's another reason I also like the trailers, because it shows, I don't know how much comedy is going to be in it, but there's a lot of different things in it that show that it could have potential for some laughter. And I need that in these movies because it's just so hard watching super realistic movies, you know? It's just it's hard, guys. I can't have it be super realistic. There's funny stuff that happens in that world. Even though it's dark and dangerous and dingy and scary, there's still some laughter in there, and we need that. So I'm glad they're actually putting some comedy into it, even between Batman and Superman, who are supposed to be the serious ones in this movie. You know, I still have no idea how Aquaman or Cyborg are in it. I imagine there'll be something with the desert stuff, or I don't know, maybe they come out at the very end, the woodworks start coming out and joining it. But yeah, at the end, it shows them all together. Batman has some sort of gun, which is weird to see. It's just so out of place. Because even like anytime you see him in the comic books, it's never like a gun. It might be like some sort of, I get the closest thing it is in the Arkham games, where he has the like taser gun, which like shoots a electrified bolt out of it. Maybe it's something like that, or some sort of weapon to fight Kryptonians. I doubt it's just like a machine gun or a laser pistol. That would just be silly. It's so out of character for Batman to have a gun. Like, if he had something else, like some sort of crazy fist device, wow, that didn't sound right. If he had like a gauntlet or something that was like electrified, or had kryptonite on it or something, or some, he was in his armored suit that he fights Superman, and that seems like it would make more sense than him just standing there holding a gun. But it kind of works because you look at him and you see who they are. You have Superman, who is ultimately a god. You have Wonder Woman, who's the warrior princess. She has her shield and her sword. And you have Batman, who is the master detective and the tech guy. He is the gadgeteer. He has a gun or some sort of gun in his hand, some sort of weapon that he has created to fight this battle. That it gives you a great representation of who is who and what in this world. And I like that. Despite it being so out of place, it works because you understand instantly looking at them, even if you don't know the characters, what they are. Superman, he doesn't need anything. Wonder Woman, she's a warrior. Batman, he is the gadgeteer. That's how it works out. So, all in all, I do like the trailer a lot more than any of the other ones. Granted, they probably didn't need to show so much of Doomsday, But at the same time, I think that might have opened it up for a whole different idea of what the movie might be about. You know, if we never saw Doomsday, we might just hear this growl and be like, oh, is it Doomsday? It probably is Doomsday, but what if it was something else? And then when Doomsday came, we'd all be disappointed. But now we know that it is Doomsday, or a Doomsday type clone. And I think that makes everyone prepared. If you think you know what the movie's about, awesome. I'm betting $100 that nobody knows what the actual story of the movie is. Like, the actual what happens in the movie, we have no idea. We don't know if Doomsday dies. We don't know if Superman dies. We don't know if Lex gets injured. We don't know how the fight between Batman and Superman work out. We don't know how the relationship between Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman, or any of the other characters they have are going to be. We have no idea. And I like that because the trailer gives you just enough to think about it, but not too much to make you think you know exactly what the movie is about, even though a lot of people say they do. So yeah, I approve of the new Superman trailer. Please, guys, let me know what you think in the comments. If I missed anything, yell at me and tell me I missed something, and I will maybe talk about it next episode, because I think we're going on long enough. It's been like an hour of me talking about Batman and Superman. Just the trailer. We have no idea. But I really, really hope the movie is good, because if it is good, then we're going to get a ton more of these movies. And yeah, good movies are good. Bad movies are shit. And I enjoy good movies, frankly. Even though I am still a fan of pretty shitty movies, honestly. Not the best judge of movies in all. Coming from the guy that just ranted about the trailer for an hour. But thank you guys so much for listening if you listened all the way through. And please, if you listened all the way to this point, give this video a thumbs up, because I could use it right now. And I will see you all next time.